So, I just got done watching the mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead again, and let me tell you, I mean, I watched it at least 5 times, and I'm gotta tell you, the experience, like what I felt when I first watched it, it did not die down. I mean, not at all. I don't think this feeling's ever gonna die down for a while. It probably will be there throughout the rest of the season. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, like, just, I figured since I'm still filled with, I'm still have this fuel of energy from watching it, and I figured I'd do another video because this episode is too good to do just one video on. So, how about when Sam, you knew that he was a goner from the moment on, like in the mid-season finale. He kept, he kept zoning in and out like Nicholas did. It seems like someone, like a couple of the Alexandrians go through that, and oh my gosh, I mean, you just see the signs there that they're throwing hints at us that Sam is not gonna make it. He is a major league liability, and let me tell you why I am glad he did not go with Gabriel, because Gabriel has Judith with him, and if Sam went off with him, with those two, and then he's freaking out, and Gabriel's trying to calm him down, and while Judith is in his arms under the poncho, and that happened. I mean, think about it. I mean, I know how that sounds, but I am much happier with Sam being, where he chose to not listen to his mother and say, you know what, I can go through, I can push on, I can go through this. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving you. Yeah. Stay out of that baby's way. Do not get that baby killed. I mean, I am sorry, but that's Judith. No. You don't bring any of your BS, any of your fuckery around my homegirl, my, little ass kicker. No. I mean, holy shit. I mean, Sam's death, it was like, we did not get a jump scare on The Walking Dead for quite a while. I mean, yeah, like when you see your favorite character in a very tight spot, and it looks like they're not going to get out of it alive. I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about something entirely different, like where it seems okay, and you don't know whether to be afraid or to be relieved or to be calm or overwhelmed. But and then when you least expect it, boom! Like the jump scare comes at you, like someone being shot from a distance, and it's all quiet. Like for example, well, not for example, when those two damn walkers jumped on Sam, like he was leftover pizza and shit, and like, holy fuck. I mean, they just jumped on him out of nowhere. I mean, they just came out of nowhere, and it was just like, jump scare. What? Wow. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna show his death to that extent. I mean, wow. I mean, this goes up there with Mika's death when you see her, her dead body laying there, like right across, right next to, Lizzie, with a bloody knife in her hand, and Mika's laying there all pale and everything, and you see, stab wounds there, and like, wow. I mean, some of you may think that Mika's death is more disturbing than Sam's death. But that's totally okay. I can understand why. But, wow, shit. Even Tara's niece. I mean, the only time we ever saw a child getting bit by a walker, the first time we ever saw a child getting bit by a walker was Tara's niece back in season 4, the mid-season 4 finale, when she was sitting there playing with the sand, playing with mud and whatever, and this little mud walker comes up and grabs her and bites her, on the shoulder, on the neck, right over here on the shoulder, right on her neck and shit. That's the first time we ever seen a walker bite a child. I mean, any other time. I mean, Sophia doesn't count. That was off screen. Okay, now, and Jesse witnessing Sam's death, like wow. I mean, like that really, that numbed her ass out to the point where when the walkers grabbed on her, she didn't react. She screamed in horror watching her son being torn apart. But when those walkers jumped on her, I mean, she didn't react to it. It was like she was literally dead already. I mean, like it was like Game of Thrones, like in the Red Wedding, when Rob saw, witnesses his pregnant, his pregnant lover being stabbed in the gut continuously, and and that numbed him out. Like he just stood there, numb as fuck, and they're shooting him with arrows, and then when he got that last arrow in the chest, like with the Lannisters send their regards, he didn't even react to it. He was just like, and that was like Jesse was in that same predicament where she did not react to, her meeting her maker. You know what I mean? And what cracks me up is Ron, that motherfucker Ron. Like throughout how many, like God knows how many years of his dad beating his mom, he doesn't bat an eye. But when walkers are tearing her apart and Rick had to cut her hand off to save his son, then all of a sudden Ron is losing his mind. Like, you. Like, really? Like, where was that attitude like when your dad was beating your mama? Where was where was that attitude, bro? Huh? Like, come on. What a fucking idiot. And I'm glad Michonne took care of him the way she did. It had to be done. And wow. And I loved how I gotta jump to Gabriel. I loved how he went out there like a fucking boss. I'm like, wow, you went from zero to hero, and like, oh my gosh, in one episode, you were not bullshitting when you told Rick that you were gonna step up and you wanted to help, and this was your calling, and you did it, and everyone did it. Everyone was unified in this episode. I mean, I loved how they all came together. Like, we're gonna take our home back. And you see them all up close, like, you see Gabriel like swinging his machete like he's a major pro at it, like he's been doing it for years. I mean, the adrenaline just gives you, I guess, downloads, the experience in your head, and then you don't even think about it. You just do it. And then Eugene steps out there saying no one gets to punch out. This is what people are going to be talking about. And Rick, Rick comes out of it the next day, telling Carl that, he sees what Deanna's, has been trying to tell him. He sees that all of it is possible. He's looking at everything from a different point of view now. But I hope he can balance that out. Okay, just be civilized when you have to be, and be crazy when you need to be. You know what I mean? Balance it out. And wow. I mean, it's like Deanna saw the world from his point of view, and then now he sees it from hers. I mean, I hope it doesn't rub off on him too much. We need a little bit of cray Rick, and in there. Mix it up. You know what I mean? Holy shit. And when oh my gosh. And when like the way Michonne reacted, she reacted like like a mother. Like, you see the way she was clearing the path for Rick and Carl when when he fell down to after he got shot, and then Rick is picking him up and running, and Michonne's clearing a path, crying as she's swinging at every walker, like coming near her, like and oh my gosh. And I liked how this episode echoed past episodes, like how it echoed season 2 when Carl was shot, where Rick was running to the nearest place where Carl can get help. And oh my gosh. and also, I mean, I know some of you were thinking, why is he grieving over Jesse, and why is he having flashbacks of Jesse and when she's getting torn apart. I mean, okay, yeah, but that's nothing compared to how he reacted to Lori's death. He was all over the place. He was literally all over the place, and he fell on the ground crying his eyes out. Yeah, you can say he can't do that because he's in the middle of a herd. So that's you can't compare it like that. I can understand, but but all he saw was red when he heard Carl's voice, and it snapped him out of it, and he went chop chop chop. All he saw was red, literally. I'm like, wow, what a good metaphor. Holy shit. I can go on forever about this, and I was cheering, I was intense, I was like covering my heart was like poof, 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 poof. I was like, come on, I'm feeling very, very uncomfortable right now. and then everything is happening all at once, like, oh my god. This is like guilty pleasure, like where you want the stakes to be risen, but at the same time you want the characters to knock them back down and be safe and get to safety and just be alive, just fight their way through, just fight through. And oh my gosh. This episode, no other episode has impacted me like this one did. This is a very impactful episode, probably the most impactful episode by far. And oh my gosh. And the way they took back Alexandria, that is my favorite moment, since it just replaced the moment when Rick and his group took, when they found the prison and they took it over, and they cleared out the prison, taking down all those walkers, with an awesome strategy, and man, so them taking back Alexandria and a larger group, that tops it. And the next shot, when you see walkers laying everywhere, like the next morning, they look like flies under a bug zapper, like literally. Like I said in my other review, oh my gosh. I just wanted to show you a much more energized version of what I had to say, and a few things I hadn't failed to mention in my other review. But man, oh my gosh. So, what is your favorite moment in this episode? I am torn between when they took back Alexandria and when Jessie and her boys were basically walker bait. You know what I mean? Probably when they took back Alexandria. That has to be my favorite moment. Now, if you enjoyed my little, my second review, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you click subscribe. And wow, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.